guys? Welcome to another episode of the GINN podcast. This is your host, GWeezy11. And on this episode, we got a cool guest. If you're watching right now on YouTube, you can see, but if you're on streaming platforms, you're going to have to wait a little bit till I say her name. But this one's going to be cool because a couple of things. I've always wanted to have this conversation with somebody, and I've always wanted to pick somebody that was had a foundation that was very, very solid. To me, my point of view, well, let me give you some context. First, we've been friends. Well, that's a different story, but I've known this girl for a while. Damn near 10 years. Maybe even longer than that, honestly. And we've just been cool. She's a cool person. And I've always seen her as very, very like religious. And I think that's what she was kind of founded on, like basis. That's her foundation. So that's why I picked this person to talk about this specific topic. So what's up, Steph? How you doing?
Oh, dude. How are
You good?
Yeah.
You nervous?
Probably not more nervous than you.
How am I nervous? Look, I'm good. Like we're not even recording, right? Like I'm good. But are you sure you're good?
I'm perfect. I'm ready to go.
I'm not good. I was fucking with you. How was so I always like to start off with this question because everybody's question is different. Obviously we just had the pandemic right now. We're still going through it, honestly. So whenever the pandemic hit, like I would say spring break-ish, how was that for you? What were you kind of doing? Was it a shock? Were you like stuck at home? What was your situation with that?
So my birthday was March 15th. That was the last week and the bars were open. So I was able to celebrate my freaking 25th birthday with a couple friends. So it was fun. That Monday ended up, they closed down everything. So I'm an athletic trainer for Methodist Hospital, all sports. I literally go to any schools in San Antonio, even outreach. So I do like Cotulla, Somerset, and all that. So when COVID hit, it hit hard for me because there was no sports, there was no school. And at the time, I was also working part-time at Planet Fitness overnight because I was taking some classes.
Damn, that sucks.
Yeah, so it was crazy. Literally that week, there was no more work for me.
Yeah.
But crazy to say, I think COVID needed to happen for me in my life. It really slowed me down. I learned a lot about myself, also got closer to God and to reading my Bible. And the pandemic too, maybe 2 weeks after, I was in a relationship for a year. We ended up breaking up. Oh. And it was super heartbreaking though. It was crazy. Super heartbroken. Thought I was literally at rock bottom. But
we got a lot to talk about. Got a lot to talk about.
And well, with freaking quarantine, can you imagine going through a breakup and not being able to go out?
So that night, I talked about everything. I don't remember, but I think I did.
About
my past relationship. Uh-huh. I don't remember what I said, but that's crazy though. So if you don't what was like the time frame like when we broke up? Yeah, when you broke up.
April 11th.
Oh, so it was after.
It was like literally maybe lockdown happened was like maybe
See, mine happened mid February, and then everything just switched instantly. Like it was a terrible feeling. Obviously, I'm in this place, and you get lonely, man.
Dude, it's crazy.
You legit get lonely.
You're literally by yourself, and you have your friends, and they say like, "Dude, we're here," but it's like, no, you go through it kind of alone.
To an extent, like I never wanted to put someone's like emotions. I never want to put my emotions, my feelings on anybody else. And it's funny I say that because I always tell people, "Hey, call me if you need anything. Text me if you need anything." But I've been the person just to take it all in and just take it how it comes, and then solve it from there. That's crazy though. We got a lot of shit in common.
Yeah, dude. But feel like it needed to happen. I mean, all that hurt that I went through really transformed me, kind of changed me, brought me way closer to God than I've ever been in my life. and I'm happy where I'm at. So,
I gotcha.
Yeah.
That's man. I'm telling you, this COVID is a crazy man. Hopefully it gets better. But so obviously the first thing I said was religion. So that's pretty much the basis of this topic. I think we're gonna get into a little bit more conversation than that. But what I've always want to know is, were your parents the like the biggest thing to being religious, or did you just kind of gravitate toward it, or how did that work out for you? What made you become religious?
So
Oh shit!
damn, dude.
I'm still nervous.
You're nervous as fuck. So growing up, my family on my dad's side is very religious. So we all went to the same church. I was actually an altar server when I was elementary. So
wait, okay, hold on.
So you can tell it was kind of religious.
What's an altar
server? So for Catholics, you know, when the priest comes, there's always like little kids that hold the candle or the cross. Yeah. So I was one of those.
Okay.
So you can already tell by that, pretty much my family was just, there was everybody that was in that church was mostly my family. So, you know, never was against it, you know, kind of just went with it. Honestly, it was a blessing that I did grow up knowing who Jesus was, knowing who God was. And then, yeah, it was crazy. We're talking about my parents, like knowing about me, or just like growing up.
Just being religious. Like, how did you come about that? I mean, you're just your parents, right?
Yeah,
or just
my family, honestly, and I don't even think it was really my parents. It was my dad's the baby of the family, so you know he saw that from his older brothers and sisters, and of course he wanted to put that in his family too. Yeah. And I saw it from my cousins. You know, my cousins were involved. We would do like Acts retreats or youth group and stuff like that, and yeah, it was just. I didn't know anything else really, you know. So,
what did you ever have anybody, or like, I don't want to make this sound bad, but obviously there's some type of I would say stigma against people that are religious. Did you ever have any like friends or anything that you were cool with, but like kind of went separate ways, or just like felt some type of way because you were like your religion meant so much more than like what their beliefs are?
Yeah.
Or anything like that?
No, actually it wasn't like you saying like my friends would go and party or something like that, and I didn't fuck with that because I was religious.
Yeah.
Right? No, because I feel, I mean, it's hard to be okay. Well, I think personally, I think that's why a lot of people don't want to be religious or want to follow Jesus, because I think that they think that people judge them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, like they're gonna judge me if I do this. I might as well not even follow God because I'm gonna be judged by all these people. But in reality, it's like no one should judge anybody, you know? God's the only one that can judge you. So I think growing up, the people that I hung out with, like Sam and Angie, you know, they believed in God, but you know, we would also go and party, we would go this and that.
Hell,
you know what I mean? So, so it wasn't something that I didn't have any friends that were like, dude, you can't be doing, you know? Yeah. So I guess it wasn't hard, you know? I just kind of.
They were cool with it. I mean, then too, you didn't have people that were judging you. Well, the people that you're around for sure weren't judging you.
Yeah. And I mean, damn, honestly, that would kind of suck though. You know, people were like that. But I know there are some people like that.
Yeah. I've never judged. I wouldn't say I've never judged anybody, but I've never been the one to put some type of feeling towards somebody just because of what they believed, or, I mean, whatever the case may be, is like, I don't got time for that shit. Yeah. Like, I literally don't have time to be judging people, or to be, I don't know, man. It's crazy what people think about other people just because of what they believe or what they do. Is like, bro, worry about yourself.
Exactly.
Worry about your fucking self.
Yeah.
What, okay, so with being religious, you mentioned reading your Bible. So is there anything during the pandemic that you learned that you didn't like know about, like religious wise, or maybe even about yourself?
Yeah.
That has to do with like religion.
I would say I used to read my Bible here and there, but during the pandemic, the heartbreak that I was going through, dude, it broke me. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, you know, I'm not even in front. It really did. So I started reading Psalm, and it's pretty much David just going off about how he's suffering and how like he needs God, or he needs Jesus, and he's like crying out to him. And yeah, it talks about how just like beautiful like Jesus is, and how he's our savior, and how he's always gonna like save us from anything, And so all of that, I really didn't ever dive deep into the scriptures, and it really helped, like just reading that before bed. Like I felt heartbroken, but at the end of reading that, it was like, dude, like I'm good, like like I am loved by someone, that's better than anybody on this earth.
I'm glad you said that, because that would be so a lot of things that, well, I think just me personally, and then maybe other people too as well. I think for me personally, it's hard to believe in something that I can't physically see.
Yeah.
So how do you believe in something that you can't physically see? Like it's just a thought. You know what I mean? Like obviously there's pictures, there's of what he may look like, or whatever the case may be. So how is that? Like how do you believe in something that you can't physically? Because I mean that's a big thing for me.
Yeah.
Like I can't like. I believe in you because you're tangible. I can like, you know what I'm saying? I can see you. How do you see God? Like, how does that happen? Does that make sense?
No, yeah, it does. And I mean, that's the biggest question, I think, especially people our age, or, we're literally in the middle of fucking figuring ourselves out, what we're going to do for the rest of our lives, how we're going to support our future families and stuff. I don't know how to explain it, dude. Like I grew up and I prayed a lot, like I did. And I've gone through shit.
Yeah.
But I'm the like where I'm at right now, I know it's just all God, because I know there's things in my life that wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for him, Like I was supposed to go to UT Austin. My dad ended up getting sick. He almost passed away our senior year. He was in the ICU, and ended up wanting to go to UTSA, right, to stay here closer to him.
Yeah.
Didn't end up working out. Literally 2 weeks before, I had no money to pay for school, like nothing, like and I wasn't gonna have my parents pay for my school. That's not their thing. So, and I was the first one to go to college. So at the time, I had already enrolled in UTSA, and like 2-3 weeks before school was about to start, I was like, how the fuck am I going to pay for this? I didn't even know how to apply for loans, like none of that.
Oh my God. Yeah. That's a fucking crazy conversation.
Dude, I didn't know how to do any of that. So I was freaking out, and my parents didn't know,
Yeah.
My mom's from Mexico. My dad's here. My dad didn't go to college, both of my parents didn't go to college. So literally I just started praying, and I was like, God, like, what do you want me to do? Like, what do I have to do? Ended up, I already had my dorm at UTSA too. Ended up withdrawing.
Wait, what?
Ended up withdrawing, dude. 3 weeks. I went to orientation and everything. Like I literally went to orientation, had my dorm, everything. This was like 3 weeks before school was gonna start. Like 4 weeks.
That's wild.
Yeah. So ended up withdrawing. Had to freaking pay them, right, for withdrawing. And I went to PAC, went to orientation. Literally an orientation. There was like a scholarship that was going on. I applied for it. They paid for my whole tuition and even summer school too. And to me, it's like, that was just God in my eyes, I didn't have money to go to school. I literally withdrew from a university that I was already about to go into. It just, I ended up going there to PAC. And if I would have went to UTSA, I was going to do business. And I don't know why the fuck I was going to do business. To me, like that wasn't something that was for me. And then ended up going to PAC. And I guess just from being there, I just, I ended up being an athletic trainer. So I ended up transferring. But all those little things, wouldn't have happened if I didn't pray, That's in my opinion.
That is wild.
Yeah.
So the summer after graduation, I got into a car accident, and then I was supposed to go to Sam Houston. I was going to be a criminal justice major. And I got into a car accident. Everything was paid for. I was going to live, like literally I wasn't packed, but I was like set on that. I had applied for a couple loans, couple of scholarships too, grants as well. That happened, the accident happened, had to transition to UTSA. And I had to do everything myself. Like when I applied to Sam Houston, I had a little bit of help from my aunt and a couple other friends, and that shit was hard to apply for that shit. You don't know, like you don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah.
Like the biggest thing, well, not the biggest thing, because I mean, obviously there's Google, but like subsidized loan versus the unsubsidized loan, like that was just, I was like, what the fuck is that? Like, how do they're not teaching you that shit? But that is wild. Because I was a month out. No, I was a month and a half actually. I couldn't imagine like 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, it was close. Like a lot of,
imagine 2 or 3
and
weeks.
it's crazy too. The classes that I needed, it was perfect schedule, and I literally was probably like the last orientation to make your schedules and shit.
So that was God
to me, yeah.
But that's just not a coincidence.
And how is that a coincidence?
I don't know. I'm look. Okay, I'll be honest. I don't want to like. I'm not trying to sound like negative, or I'm just asking questions. So I don't want to come off as like rude or anything like that. I just want to know because I've always been like my mother was. She definitely had hardships when she was growing up, and actually just raising us. And I think she found the outlet to be religious and be Christian and stuff like that. So we kind of were in it. Maybe.
So your mom's religious? She was?
No, she was. But the only reason why is because she was definitely struggling like hard. Whenever my dad and my mom got divorced, that's when we came over here and literally had nobody. But so she saw that as an outlet, and I mean, I was gonna sound fucked up, but I don't even know what it's called. Like it's a communion, right? Where communion, I guess you're saying it. Am I saying it right?
Communion, like when you get the bread?
Yeah. Okay, so I did that, and then I got baptized. I must have been like 6 or 7. And then after that, we ended up moving because something happened, and we just never went back. Like I literally remember going to like church on Sunday, like Wednesdays we had like I guess Bible study or whatever. But we just never were religious, and so I'm like familiar with it. I just had questions.
You're not with it.
So I don't want to come off as rude.
No, yeah.
I don't want to be a dick.
No, you're not. I promise.
No, I'm like you're saying I'm being a dick right now.
No, I promise. I think too.
But to go back to my thing, it's not a coincidence.
No.
So making it not a coincidence, like you praying to God,
or even too, I have people that pray for me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So I so what I think is the more you're in tune with God, the more that you seek Him, the people around you also get blessed, dude. You know, the people around you get blessed as well. So. And that includes like you, like anyone that's around me. So not only am I trying to do that for myself, but I want to do that for the people that I love, you know? And that's also with love, like showing people love, like the more you see God, the more you get closer to Him. Obviously, He overfills you with His love. So if I have that, then I'm able to give that love to other people. And that's what I realized in the pandemic too, because dude, before the pandemic, I was
wild,
like fucking wild.
Hell
dude.
To yeah.
No, but as in wild too, as I didn't give a fuck like about anybody.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah,
like I didn't dude. I didn't have a close relationship with my parents. I didn't. Like with my mom, my dad, like we were cool, but as in like, I didn't come home and like, Mom, like, let me tell you about my day. Like, it was just like, hey, bye, And during the pandemic, I like had to see God so much that the love that I received from Him literally like bettered my relationships, like with my parents, with my friends too, because even my friends, it'd be like, dude, we miss you. And I would only hang out with people that I wanted to hang out with, right? Like if I wanted to hang out with you, cool. But if you wanted to hang out with me and I didn't feel like hanging out with you, I would like and go hang out with someone that I wanted to hang out with, right? And that's not cool, So my relationships with my
I mean, that could go a long way. Like, not to go off topic, I mean, that can go a long way. Like, I'm not gonna if I don't want to chill with somebody, I mean.
Yeah, but your closest friends, like Caesar and Eric, I was doing that to Sam and Angie.
Oh, okay.
I was
well, you're a fucking bad friend. God.
I was.
I'm just kidding.
Not as in like that, but I didn't know how to show love.
Yeah.
You know? And I didn't know how to show love at all.
It's crazy you say it, because I think one of the biggest things why I started this podcast is to show appreciation for everybody up to this point. And the biggest people, obviously, are the friends that I have, and we've been friends for forever.
Kids.
And that's one of the reasons why, because I think a lot of people don't get enough credit for, whatever, like Caesar's done a lot for me. Fucking Diego showed me tons of things. Tony's been there when I've like got into arguments with my mom and I had to go to his house and I would stay there overnight. Thin ass blanket, no pillow. Like, it was just like, they've been there through literally everything. And it's, I don't know. Stop being a bad friend, bro.
I'm not anymore.
It don't count, right?
Yeah, it don't count.
No, I know what you mean, though, because the pandemic definitely taught me a lot of things about myself, and definitely, like, going back to what I said, show appreciation to the people that kind of got you here, man.
Yeah, dude.
It's crazy. A lot of people don't realize that shit, because, as we've seen, 2020 has been terrible. So shit can turn left fucking quick. Yeah. Quick. And they're not here. And it's like, man, why didn't I do this? Yeah. Why I could have done this. I could have said this. I could have said, I love you one more time.
Exactly. Like, you could have said something. And I never, like, with my parents, never really said I loved you. Never really, honestly, my communication sucked really bad too. And reading the Bible, I've learned how to be more transparent and honest, because I wasn't an honest person. I would just lie out of my ass for no fucking reason, And
dang, how are you exposing yourself? That's fucking funny.
I really love what God has done to me, transformed me, honestly. Now it's like, I'm honest, with the people that I love, and I make sure that I show them love, like, even if it's something little,
Hey.
But not even just my friends, just like you. Like, if you're working somewhere and you freaking say something on Twitter, like, damn, like, I missed lunch or something like that, I'd be like, hey, bro, like, what's your address? I'll go get you some Whataburger.
Shout out to Johnny, because that's what you're talking about.
Yes.
Shout out to fucking Johnny, because that's hilarious. I saw that and I was just like, really, bro? Hey, but you pulled up. That was clutch.
Dude, yeah,
That's fucking hilarious.
And then Lulu too. Did you see?
Yeah, I saw her. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I feel like
That's fucking funny. Where we? I'm assuming you were off, right? Okay.
No, I was home.
Okay, because I was just like, damn. Either she's working or she's maybe like on lunch I don't know. And then I was just like, man, she really pulled up with some fucking Whataburger. That was funny. That's funny.
Yeah, I just showing love, even to little, like, me and Johnny, we hadn't talked for a couple years, and we barely, and two, I feel like the breakup really, I've just gotten into new relationships and friendships with people that I probably wouldn't have never, like, gotten close to again. So it's a blessing in disguise, and just showing love to people that not even that you're close to, it doesn't even have to be that you're close to.
I show love to everybody, man. Exactly. People that listen to the podcast, people that just, tag me on Twitter. Like, I say this all the time. I see everything. I like everything. Like, just because the thought of just physically going to the podcast, physically going to YouTube, or even just I don't know. For instance, I said it on a previous podcast, but Jimmy has, I think it's his sister's boyfriend, and we went to a party, and he was I guess he was like a little intimidated just because he listens to the podcast, but he literally said, like, hey, if I'm not going to this party, if the GINN podcast is not going, and I was just like, damn, people really listen. And that's I've never, you know me, and we were talking about it off camera. I've always been the one to be definitely introvert,
quiet as fuck.
Quiet. And just this podcast is, and even like within honestly, it's a bad pandemic. Like, I literally was just like, fuck, I can never be this way. Like, I know you know me too. Like, I'm I think I'm cool as fuck. And like, I feel, I feel like I can make you laugh. I feel like I can, good times. Like, I don't know. But I was like, man, I really should be the person I know I can be just to put that vibe on. And then also too, there's people out there that are having a terrible time. If I can do this, shed some light on someone's day,
bro, yeah,
that is gonna have a bigger impact on than anything else. So yeah, I'm shy as fuck still. But to go back on topic, so definitely religious. And then I know you just said that your parents didn't have a good relationship until recently, but one thing that was not new, but well, for me a couple years ago, because I was just like, damn, I didn't know. Like, I never thought.
Wait, how'd you find out? I want to know. We're talking about what we're talking about, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It was a picture on Twitter. I'm not gonna lie.
You're creeping.
Not me. Other people.
Oh.
It was. Yeah.
Was it on the group chat?
What group chat?
It was on the group chat.
I think. Yeah, it was, but I was definitely, I don't know. I guess I was surprised. Yeah, because it was like
really surprising.
I never saw you like that though.
Yeah,
but then again, like we're saying off the camera, we've never had a relation. Well,
yeah,
I can't remember. But we were close. Yeah, we were so young though. Yeah, we were young. So I don't really remember like obviously our conversations and what the fuck we talked about. We were so young too, so that's not even something we were even thinking about. Yeah. So it was not even enough.
It was but it was not known back then though. Like it wasn't like the only reason you knew someone was gay is if they dressed like a dude, like if they're a dyke.
Yeah. So if you're not getting the hint, yeah, we're gonna talk about her sexuality.
I'm gay, guys.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So, I'd never. Yeah, exactly. You didn't dress like that. It was always you had to be a certain style or show a certain style, and it was never like that with you. Like you were very, into sports. You dressed obviously like a girly girl and just all these things. So it was never like that. So whenever it happened, I was just like, that's fucking hot. That's what's up.
Yes,
that's fucking funny. I'm gonna have to cut that out. Shit. Nah, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so. The question I have, so being religious and coming out as gay, obviously that's something that is, well, I don't know, is it frowned upon or what do you say? Is it something that a lot of people are like, hey, you're religious and you can't be this? Like, what do you, that question also too, but coming out as your parents, like, how difficult was that for you?
So it was really difficult. I didn't have the best coming out story with my parents, which kind of sucks.
So they just found out. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. I'm just curious.
So yeah, well, some of my cousins, my older cousins, kind of told on me. I was
snitches.
Yeah, I was actually, and these aren't the cousins that I'm actually close to. I'm closer to my mom's side of the family. So it was kind of my dad's side, which is the religious side. Yeah. Right. My dad's the baby, like I said. So they told my uncle. It was a Twitter too. I guess they saw Twitter and one of them had I guess my picture popped up. I never posted anything, but my girlfriend at the time did. And they told my uncle, and my dad just came into my room. He kind of told me about it. Yeah, he's like, I know. Shit. Yeah, and in my head when he said that, I was like, oh, thank God, like I can finally tell my parents.
Some relief.
Because because like.
So you weren't even scared?
No, I wasn't. I didn't care. Like people at school, like when they found out that I never posted anything, right? Yeah. I don't think I came out on social media until I got with this girl I started dating her in April. I don't think I came out officially on Instagram till like September, I think.
That's
it was a long time, but it really didn't even matter to me about who knew, like from high school. Like I wasn't scared of that. I was afraid of my parents finding out before I told them. So, and me and my dad are tight. Like that's my freaking homie. Like that's my dude. Like, and when he told me that, like I closed because I needed to change. And when he told me that, I was like, oh, yes, like I finally
some
get
relief.
to tell, like I don't have to hide this anymore. And no, it was the complete opposite. He wasn't with it. But I think honestly, it kind of took me as surprise because, dude, my dad, he literally like I was like his first born boy. Like he literally like would dress me like a boy. He put me in all the sports. He literally made me play in a basketball team with all guys. I literally played in a basketball team with all dudes.
Wait, what?
Yes. All dudes. Lolo was on that team too. I have a video of us.
How old were you?
I was like in elementary.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, this guy like kind of, I don't know. He just he just pushed me to just like hella tomboyish.
Yeah,
you know?
I know what you mean.
So me and my dad like we're tight. Like when I played basketball, literally after practice, he was like, nah, like when you're not done, like we're gonna go to the park. And he'd make me like go in and practice my shots and shit, right? In middle school. And even I think some of my 9th grade year. So I I thought he was gonna be cool with it.
Yeah.
And because we were just so cool with each other. But he wasn't. But I really think it had to do with his older brother kind of telling him like this is not right. Like, and I really didn't see that from my dad's point of view, like to like kind of just, I don't know, get mad at me like that for like being myself. It was more, I think, of my aunts and my uncles and what they were gonna say about me, right?
Yeah.
And what kind of sucked because I felt like, dude, I was known in the church, like people like they really loved to be around me. Like the adults would always compliment me about like how I was. So for me to get that like that I wasn't accepted kind of hurt because I was like, dude, I'm still the same person. This is literally This is literally one thing, and it's like you can't judge someone off of that. Like, you have people, that cheat on their wives, on their husbands, and I feel like being gay is literally the only thing that people are always talking about, So yeah, it wasn't good. And then he didn't want me to tell my mom.
Was he scared of that, or was he
was scared of my mom finding out, I think. And so he was like, I don't think your mom's ready to hear this. Like, so just like you're just gonna keep it on down low. And I was like, all right, cool. And that was that.
From that day till you told your mom how long was it?
It was a year.
Oh damn!
It was a year after because my mom had found plane tickets. Because my girlfriend, my first girlfriend, she we did long distance, so she was in DC, and so I was always flying to
Washington DC.
Washington DC, yeah. She was from here, but she got
okay.
She got stations in DC.
Oh, she was in the military.
She's in the military.
Oh, okay,
yeah, she was, yeah.
Okay.
And so I was flying over there like once a month.
So she caught you.
So
slipping.
She found a plane ticket, and at the time it was already a year after. I was like, dude, I'm done with this, Told her, didn't go well at all again. But I know, I think too, yeah, people didn't expect that out of me. But it's like, what, like, I don't know. Maybe it's the way. Bad, but maybe it's the way I look. Maybe I'm just the first girl. My mom, wanted me to like be with the dude, and but also I don't think my parents had the right mindset either, like with the whole God thing.
Yeah.
My dad's side of the family, they're very judgy, and I don't think that's how you're supposed to be. I think like if you're really in tune with God, you don't judge people like that. You love everybody, you accept everybody. That's exactly how Jesus was. Like he hung out with like the freaking worst of the worst dudes, like,
Yeah.
So that happened, but it wasn't until this past, or when the pandemic hit, that I talked about it with my parents again, and I kind of told my mom, and my mom was like, nah, like you're good, like we love you, we accept you, like this isn't easy for us, like this is new to us too, but like we're gonna get through it together. So
that's amazing, because there's a lot of people out there that do that, and it's the exact opposite, and they don't even talk to their parents for years, maybe even not talk to them ever again. But that's cool though. What do you think was like that for them to come to an understanding, like that? I don't know. I don't. You can say it if you want, but do you think it was like the thought of you like kind of
having
to go away, or like not seeing you again, but just being distant?
Yeah, I mean, but I was distant, you know, like for
that's true.
till literally what I think my dad found out 2017, and just barely this past year, like I was distant with my parents like that. Like I did not feel accepted by them, and that sucks. Like imagine the two people that you love so much, and you're in the room with them and you feel like you can't even be yourself, right? So it was just super heartbreaking.
Especially for a year. That is wild.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
It sucks.
Yeah. I was gonna say I can't even keep a secret for like a couple fucking days, and that's not even. Yeah. We don't want to talk about that. Anyways, it's still wild.
Yeah, and it wasn't until this past when we're in quarantine, I was drunk as fuck, and I was like, you know, again, I was like, you know what, like I need to tell my mom this. Like I want to have a relationship with my mom. I want it to be okay.
Yeah. And
my parents aren't the type of people to come and talk to you. So I was waiting for them to tell me something, but obviously it was like 2-3 years, and they hadn't, you know? And I know it's not a topic that people want to talk about. So I was like, you know what? If my parents are going to do it, like I'm going to do it. I'm going to be the one to make our relationship better. You know, I'm not just going to wait for them. And so I did. And then that happened. And then now me and my mom are literally like.
So you told them when you were drunk?
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
Well, I texted my mom.
Oh, okay.
yeah. I sent her a long text. Yeah, fuck. I was so drunk too, dude. But I mean, yeah, I had to do it. Dude, I had to.
Man. Because, I mean, think about it. You'd be still, like, if you didn't tell her.
If I wouldn't have said anything, yeah, it would literally be, my parents would not have talked to me. Not saying that, not that's, like, but that's just how they are, you know? And I feel like their generation, being gay was just something that it was frowned upon, you know, like it wasn't something that
religious people do.
Yeah.
Or that
you were supposed to do. Yeah. And so, and I'm the first one to come out, like, of my family too. So that was hard. You know, I feel like if there was probably another gay person in the family, I was like, oh, all right, cool. But no, I was literally the first one.
How were your brothers? They're cool with it, right?
Well, my Chris had found out. He already knew before I came out. He found out. Yeah. Okay. Or he's the oldest brother.
Well, the oldest brother.
Yeah. Yeah. He I guess my first girlfriend. I guess Chris was trying to look her up on social media because he thought she was hot, and then he ended up looking her up, and she had pictures of me and her. So he knew, he knew from the way beginning. He just never said anything, and finally, I think I came out to him maybe a couple months after, and I'm like, "Hey, Chris, I have a girlfriend." He's like, "Oh yeah, I know." Like, what? He's like, "Yeah, I was just." He's like, "I don't want to say." He goes, "I wanted to make you feel better and say it was okay," but he said, "I didn't want you to get mad at me for creeping." And I'm like, "No, I wouldn't have," but. Yeah, he was cool with it. I barely told my little brothers. They're kind of little, you know. I kind of wanted to respect my parents too, and I don't know what they wanted me to say, you know. Yeah. And but they're my bros. I love them to death.
How old are they?
16 and 18. Okay. Or 16, 18, 22.
Okay.
And it was this past Thanksgiving. My brothers were on the bed, and Matt had said "Hey sister, what if I'm talking to a girl and you don't like her?" And I was like, why wouldn't I like her? You think I'm like that? And he's like, nah, what if she's not what if I had a girlfriend and, you didn't like her, blah, 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 right? And I was like, well, what if I had a girlfriend?
Oh, so you slipped it in.
Yeah. And then they were both like, wait, what? And I was like, yeah, well, what if I had a girlfriend? They're like, cool. And I'm like, all right, I do. They're like, all right, bet. And so it was literally so perfect. And that was that.
So smooth, bro. You're so smooth with it.
Yeah. So, I mean, we don't talk about it much. Me and Chris, Chris is my best friend.
How old is Chris?
22.
Okay. Okay. So he's a few years younger.
Yeah. But yeah, he knows everything. He knows. Yeah. And even when my parents had found out, and, I was bawling, because my dad really didn't take it well. Yeah. And Chris was like, sister, if they kick you out, I'm going with you. We're going to do it together. Yeah. And I was like, fuck yeah, bro.
Hell yeah. That's what's up,
That's
man.
my dude, yeah.
How was, being religious, obviously it has something to do with, being sexual. So having to keep, like, I guess, your virginity till marriage. How was that for you? Because obviously you want to, I don't know what the perfect word is, but kind of abide by the like religious standards, I guess, quote unquote.
Yeah. So no sex.
Yeah.
No sex or you die. Basically.
Yeah, basically. I didn't know how to come off on it. I should just be straightforward, right?
Yeah, you should.
Okay.
Just say it.
No, I mean, well, you just said it. So how was sex for you? Like, how was that kind of transition? Obviously being sexual, kind of, well, okay. So always kind of having the thought of like, I have to protect this. And I've always known about protecting, and then coming out and having to show affection that way to somebody else when all of your life you've known the complete opposite. Like, how is that? It's a big transition.
Like, what do you mean? Like
being sexual, like not being sexual for so long, and because you're told and being religious, and you've always like, hey, I can't have sex until I'm married.
Yeah.
I'm married. So how was?
I think
because I mean, there's.
I think I did want to keep my virginity until I was married. Like that, it wasn't something that, you know, I mean, dude, I lost my virginity probably like when I was 20, 19. So that's a long time compared to like fucking people.
No comment.
Yeah, like people lose it like early as fuck, you know. So, but when it's kind of hard for me to say because I've been gay since I was like in elementary. You know what I mean?
Yeah, see,
and it was so hard because people in high school, like my friends, they were so guy crazy, and they're like, oh, like I just, you know, like sex here, sex there, like, oh, like this guy this guy that. And to me, I was never boy crazy like that. And I thought, I didn't know if something was wrong with me. And I'm like, fuck, like I don't feel that way towards a guy. And I was in a relationship with a dude, and I feel like I did it because like it was time. Like I was like, fuck, like I'm really about to be like fucking almost 21 and like I haven't lost it yet. And I kind of wanted to see too, like what the whole, like what it was all about, you know?
If you were even attracted or liked it.
Yeah. And that happened, and I was like, oh, okay, like whatever. Wasn't really with it. And then I was like, you know what? Like maybe it's just, maybe I need to keep doing it, right? So then did it again with someone else, and yeah, it was like after that I was like, yeah, this is, I don't know if this is for me. And then after that ended up talking to a girl. You know what? Like I'm just gonna try this out. But it's kind of hard for me too because I like really girly girls. It's hard to find that.
So, because I mean, I see you as a girly girl, so you just like, I mean, there's two girly girls though. So like, how do y'all, you know what I mean? Like, how do y'all pick?
What do you mean? Like,
I mean, who's the guy? Who's the girl? The dude and the girl.
Why does it have to be a guy and a girl?
We don't have to talk about it, but no, that's funny though. You said that.
Yeah, I just I like girly girls. Like, you know what? That's what I like. And so ended up talking to one. Ended up hitting it off super good. She ended up being my girlfriend, and literally when all that shit happened, first kiss, first everything, I was like, dude, have I been fucking doing this all wrong my whole fucking life?
I like this.
Dude.
Yeah, like, I fucking like this. That's crazy.
Dude, I was literally like, bro, where has this been? Like, you know?
I bet it was different though.
It was different, but it felt like comfortable. Like I didn't feel like I don't know, I just didn't fuck with the whole freaking, like I just didn't like sex with guys. I really didn't. It wasn't something that I like dreamt about. Like, you know, like thought about.
Huh? I was fucking with you. No, I get it. But it's even crazier because I think I said it off camera, maybe on camera. My niece, she kind of said the same thing. Like it started like very early for her, like 4th or 5th grade, like where she started being attractive to girls. And what was, I mean, that you just said, but what was kind of the Like, why attracted to girls? Like, what made you attractive to girls?
Dude, this has been since I was like in first grade. Like, I remember every best friend that I've had, except Sam and Angie and Destiny. Every best friend that I've had, like growing up, I had crushes on them. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they were just like, I'm like, oh my God, like so in love with her, you know?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Except Sam and Angie and Des. Like, I never, felt that way about them. But, just had to put that out there.
Yeah.
Because I feel like when I came out, I was scared to come out to them because they're like, bro, like, I wonder if like they ever thought I liked them. I'm like, no, like, you know what I mean?
I see what you mean.
Like, because a lot of straight girls think that. They're like, oh, like, Steph's talking to me, she must like me. You know, like, bro, like, I don't like every.
Just friends.
Exactly. Yeah. But it was, it was crazy. Like, I don't know. I feel like growing up, I've always had that attraction to women. And then when it happened, like.
Just felt right.
Yeah.
Felt right.
Yeah, it really did.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I still can't. Surprised. It's weird.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Wait, but why is it weird?
Only because if I came out as gay, would you have expected it?
No, but I think I would know.
No. What do you mean?
Okay, but in high school I was only with one guy, dude. Come on, like you really think?
You're throwing shade. You're throwing fucking shade right now.
No, but I'm just saying, like, I was only with one guy. Like, can you? And even after, like, dude, I've only had literally like one boyfriend.
No, okay, I get it, but
you know what I mean?
I've been, yeah. So being with girls and then I mean, kind of not separated, but just didn't talk to each other or whatever. And then you see me with a guy. Would you have been surprised?
Yeah.
This is exactly the same way. Exactly the same way.
True.
I don't know. It's weird. I mean, I'm cool with it though. It's cool. It's cool.
But I guess
I was gonna ask a question. I totally forgot.
What you were gonna ask?
Yeah. Oh, keep going though. Keep going.
No. I don't know. I just feel like it was a crazy transition, I guess. And I don't know what I think you asked me what I like about girls. Everything.
Yeah. Nah, you're
literally like the way they smell. They're freaking. Dog. No.
I mean, that's true though. I mean, no one really fucking says that. Yeah,
just everything, like the way they are. I don't know, just so much better than guys. To be honest.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's fun. It's just crazy, man. It's crazy we're having this conversation too. Never thought that. Man, it's cool. You're cool people. I enjoy you. You're being on this podcast, but so with being gay, being religious, was did you have anybody that was like, other than your parents and the family members, were just like against it? Like, you have any friends were just like, oh nah, you're gay? Well, I think most people would be accepting, but was there that person that was religious and was a friend and was like, hey, we can't chill because you're such and such?
No, thankfully I didn't have.
I think I asked that question.
Yeah, I didn't have any friends that like disowned me. My friends were very. How
was church?
I didn't go back to.
So you never been back?
I haven't been back to that one for that reason. Yeah. I kind of fell off being Catholic because I felt so disowned, you know, and I would walk in there and I feel like, yeah, people were looking at me like, what the fuck is you doing here? You know, and I didn't like that.
But, so, I mean, they knew?
Like,
you just, that was in your head, like, hey.
Well, obviously, since my uncles knew, my uncle knew, I'm thinking like everyone in the family knew, you know what I mean? So me walking, like, even to my dad's family functions, like, I just felt like people were just looking at me, you know, weird. Yeah. So once that happened, that's when I lost like my connection with God, really, because I was like, what? Like, how does this happen? Like, I was literally like in church all the time, and then just because I came out, like, no one wants to talk to me no more, you know? So yeah, I didn't go back. I haven't been back.
Damn, you should go back.
Yeah, I mean, now I go to a different one. But yeah, that's how it was. Like, it was just felt so ugly, you know. I don't know. But maybe I had to go through that to
Yeah, no, exactly. Definitely got to go through those experiences. I mean, because obviously you're better. I mean, your your mindset is a lot better too as well. Especially and during the pandemic, sure you've kind of learned a lot of things about yourself. But,
honestly, yeah.
I think another question I have about religion is like how, like for being Catholic and Christian, what are like the biggest differences? I have no idea.
I think, honestly, I'm not really a
like. Can I celebrate Christmas?
Yeah.
Nah, I just fucking. I know I don't know if that's a big thing.
During the pandemic too, I was very iffy on what side to go on because, of course,
raised Catholic, right?
Raised Catholic, okay, yeah. But I have an aunt and uncle that they own their own Christian church, so they're Christian, and I remember growing up and them converting to Christianity, and not that my family would talk shit, but they were like, damn, like, you know, like why, or like, why this? And I think Catholics, they really admire the Virgin Mary, so they pray the rosary and stuff. Christians don't. I think Christians believe, I'm not trying to, I mean, I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but from what I've heard, Christians, they don't think you should pray to the Virgin Mary. The only person you should pray to is just God and Jesus.
I gotcha.
Yeah. So with Catholics, we do pray the rosary, you know, we do give that respect to her. So that's one thing. And then with the whole confession, supposedly if you don't confess your sins to the priest and you die, you're gonna go to hell, I think, from what I've heard. I mean, they make it seem so like
on the Catholic side.
Yeah. Okay. So that's one. And then for Christianity, you don't need to do that. It's kind of like
as long as you pray,
or confess your sins to God, repent to God, but also confess your sins to a friend, like me and you. Like if I'm struggling with something, it says in the Bible, confess your sins to a friend, and you know, y'all both will heal each other from that, right? So that's kind of, or one of the main things. But to me, religion, I've kind of like, I'm done with it. Really? I want to just, like, I love Jesus, and that's what I want to focus on. You know, I don't want to focus on which side I should pick. Does that make sense? I'll go to mass, like, in Catholic, and I'll receive the communion, but then I also want to go to like a Christian church because I love the vibe, you know. I love that. So it's been very hard, and I know it sucks because like you try to bring your friends, right? Like like to believe in Jesus and to follow him. But religion is just, I feel like religion is so hard because there's so many rules that people think you have to follow. Like if you don't follow this and that, like you're gonna go to hell. But, you know?
I got you 100%. But I think also too, there's a work at it. Like you have to, again, abide by those rules and believe a certain way. And I think that's the hard part for people.
It is,
especially for, like you said earlier, people our age. We're trying to figure out ourselves, or trying to figure out our relationships with our friends, our family, the other spouse, and to have that in the back burner, trying to figure that too as well. It's a workload, and a lot of people are definitely not up for it. And I think that's the hard part. For sure, communication is probably going to be the best thing. I personally say that's why you're here. That's why I'm trying to kind of get to know this thing, because I think it's a good thing, man. I've always, like I said, I was kind of brought up into it for maybe about 5-6 years, and it was cool. I met a lot of people. My mom was definitely happy during that time. Not to say she isn't right now, but I can definitely see there was some change in her life. And like I said, I've always been attracted to it. So it's pretty cool. And also too, I always like to learn things. And
well, you have it in your mind for a reason.
Exactly.
What if he's calling you?
Calling me for what?
Just to be closer to him.
But why?
Because he wants you closer to him.
Why would I want to be close to God?
Why would you want to be close to God? Why wouldn't you want to be?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking. See, it's so hard.
But how do I explain it? Like, it's so hard to explain because the more that I've gotten closer to God, not saying that you're going to get close to him and you're not going to suffer, because dude, everyone's going to suffer, right? But it's just the fact that you're suffering and you know that he's with you. You know, like, you know, like there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Like, like no one's going to be there with you. Like just when you're going through the breakup, when I was going through the breakup, there's no one there besides, well, for me, just God, right? But yeah, what if you have it in your mind for some reason?
For some reason, and I haven't figured it out yet. And I mean, like I said, I've always
because you can use this podcast
to what?
to voice.
Oh
to
yeah,
voice
yeah. No, I
anything.
gotcha. But to go back to like the thought of getting you through the breakup, I think for me was just my conscience, like my inner tuition of like, hey, like I was just telling myself to get through this, to get better. Like I was literally physically saying stuff out loud, like, hey, you're gonna be all right. Hey, you're gonna like, and I think that's what some people have to do, but I didn't think it was God. It was just myself. Like I don't know. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard.
But I truly feel because Jesus is a gentleman. He's not just gonna bust open the door and come into your life.
Yeah.
He's gonna wait for you to open it. So it's whenever you're ready, to do that.
What if I'm trying to figure out what if I don't know if I'm ready or not? How do you know if you're ready? This is crazy. No, I mean, yeah,
I feel that.
Not that it's bad, but like, how do I physically, mentally know, emotionally, spiritually, whatever, know that I'm ready to accept or believe in somebody that wasn't for my life? It wasn't like, I never even, not that I didn't think about it, but from the age 8 till, I mean, right now, like never done anything never worked at it or anything like that. So I would just try to figure out like when's the right time? How's the right time? Maybe something has to happen to me. Like that's another thing too.
But you don't want to wait to that. But like, as in like something happens to you that makes you want to go and reach him, like search him.
See, that's the bad. Exactly. That's the bad part.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that because granted, I don't want something to like, tragically happen and where I'm like, not regret, but just like having those what ifs, cut ifs. I don't even know if that's a word, but yeah, I don't want that to happen.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, it's easier for me to say because I grew up in that, you know, and I get that, and I guess it sucks because I want people to feel like him, and I know you can't see it. I know like it's literally all faith, you know. But I want people to know that, especially my friends, you know, like I want them to feel that. Why don't you just start by reading the Bible?
I have actually. And then also too, I don't know if you remember. I don't remember. Oh, well, this part I remember because I was telling you I did go to church for a certain reason. I'm not gonna say the reason, but I was going to a Christian church, and it was for a while. I think I went maybe about a year and a half. I stopped because work got super, super crazy. Like I was working like 10, 12-hour shifts and it was terrible. And I think the workload was definitely heavy, but, during that time it was cool. Like it was, I love the environment. The main thing that, man, shout out to Joe Sable if he's listening. I'm gonna cut this out and send it to him because this is gonna be crazy. I've only told one person. It was my mom because I literally called her after. But last time I was probably in church was maybe when I was 8 years old. And then he invited me because again, I was attracted to it. It made me feel some type of way. So I was like, bet, let me do this. So hold on. Whenever I was working at Apple, he went to church and he was religious. He brought up and like Christian. And he was like, just give it a try. If you don't go back, if you give it a try and you don't go back to the next service or you don't become active, no hard feelings. I just want to know that you tried. Like, that's all I care about. I went for a year and a half. And then obviously I just said I never went back after that because of the workload. But I went for about 45 minutes. I left because I had to go to service was at 10. I had to be at work at 11:30. So I left. I think it was like 45, 55 minutes. I was there. I cried when I got into my car for 10 minutes. I cried. I had no idea. To this day, I don't know why I cried, but I cried, literally bawling. Like you said, when your parents found out, cried. Like, I don't know what it was. Like it's weird. It's weird. But I think it's the attraction. And I also think what I'm trying to get at this is it's the feeling that I felt so uplifting, so positive, so accepting. And from that time that I left till I got into the Christian church again, it was, I didn't feel that anywhere else. it's that one place where you can feel so different, just to go back to what you're saying this whole time. And yeah, this is the first time I ever said that to anyone other than my mom. Like, not even my friends know about this. It is crazy. I'm saying it to a fucking camera. But yeah, I cried.
That's honestly, that's fucking amazing.
Yeah. But
but why else can that be besides it's not Jesus?
Because the feeling of feeling positive, uplifting, accepting, seeing the what is he called, a pastor? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So seeing the pastor physically saying these words, saying the struggles that he had, saying how he came to solutions to overcome that shit, that was just, because at that time, definitely going through a rough time, definitely doing things I shouldn't be doing. And I just connected with it. And whenever he said those words, I think that was just like, just felt accepting. I was like, damn, I'm supposed to be here. And then, I'm kind of going out. I want to go back now.
Go back, dude. Let's go right now.
See, I don't know of a Christian church around here, but it's crazy.
Or I was going to North Rock. I really like North Rock. It's kind of far.
CBC. It's over on 281 and 1604. Community Christian Bible Church. It's huge. It's terribly huge. But I mean, it's a lot of people, but it was just, and then also too, because I was raised as a Catholic, once I was introduced, because that was the first time I was introduced to a Christian church, like it's just, they're singing along, it's a fucking whole ass vibe, and they're playing songs too that definitely have a deeper meaning. It was a vibe. Yeah, it was cool. It was cool.
Yeah, honestly, I fucking love that. But and I think the thing too is like you said, you went and you were doing shit that you shouldn't have been doing. But like, I don't know. I don't think like Jesus died on the cross for our sins, right? We shouldn't be so like, we shouldn't get down on ourselves for doing things we shouldn't be doing. You know, as long as we're seeking him, to me, is what I feel like. And obviously, you know, the more you seek him, he's just gonna continue to help you transform yourself into the person that he wants you to be. But I feel like a lot of people our age are like, nah, like I'm doing this and that, like I don't deserve to go. But it's like, bro, like just go. Like, I don't know.
I just wanted to figure out. I just wanted to know if I was supposed to be there, if it was what he said it was. Because honestly, he was hyping it up like, I mean, it was the hype was real whenever I went. And obviously, I mean, just because I fucking said that story, but it was definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. I can't believe I just said this on camera.
You need to go back. But see, and I love that because what else can it be that you continue to have that just little feeling? And I feel like you're blessed. Like you are beyond blessed, right? Like I believe that you're blessed.
Yeah, that's why I say it all the time. But see, even that though, I can't.
But it doesn't have to be because of him, you know. But it's just you're blessed.
You see, then what is that? Like I've always thought blessed has to do with religion. What else does it have to be with?
I think, but blessed is just like someone's taking care of you.
So faith too. So when someone says have faith, does that have to do with religion?
Yeah.
So blessed doesn't, because not the same thing. But
I don't know. I've never been asked that.
It's hard, right? Yeah. I've thought about that. See,
or because people could say you're lucky, but it's like I don't know.
See, I don't believe in luck though.
Blessed sounds way better. It's
hard.
It is.
But I mean, I've said it before, but recently, like I've said it in high school. I'm sure I haven't said it. Maybe I got to check my Twitter, but maybe I haven't said it in like 5-6 years, but I for sure tweeted it out. And I just stopped doing it because blessed kind of came to a hype and everybody was saying it. It was on t-shirts, it was on hats. It was just like, I guess the overhype kind of pushed me away too. And then also I had that thought of it was being connected to religion. So I was just like, oh, I'm not religious. I can't say it. Like I don't want to say that.
But you don't have to be religious. You can just believe.
Wait, what?
You don't have to be religious. Like you just believe in Jesus. You don't have to be religious like, oh, I'm Catholic, I have to follow this, and that. Or I'm Christian, I have to follow this, and that. You know?
So even if you believe in religion or not, okay, even if you believe in Jesus and don't,
I guess don't make that your first priority, right? Like, don't think about that. Like, don't think about like, fuck, like what religion do I like? What religion do I like?
Okay.
And it's just like, no, like just believe in him and like read your Bible, and like everything will just fall into place after that.
So as long, well, I wouldn't say.
Well, I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm just kind of saying like, fuck.
No, I got you. I was just trying to put some pressure on you. I'm just.
Yeah, don't do that. Fuck, I'm not ready for that.
Fuck, man.
I don't know. Maybe you should try again.
I definitely want to try.
Yeah, obviously.
You convinced me.
Yeah.
And I told this story, so now they're gonna.
They're like, you have to go.
Yeah, now I have to fucking go. But I'm gonna try it though for sure. I'll probably go alone too because I'm lonely as fuck.
That's best. That's the best.
Why you get close too? I just.
Or we can go together. You want to go together?
To Christian church?
Yeah, we can find one.
I'm down. I like CBC. I mean, I'm down for any other church. I'm sure it's kind of the same vibe.
Yeah, and honestly, I haven't been since COVID. I usually watch church online.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy. Whenever COVID hit, I started doing that too. I started watching online, but I didn't know why I was watching. I just was watching to watch.
Ooh,
see, I don't. It's
that's
like
crazy.
I was just watching to. I don't know if it was like I had to because I can get certain things or like. That kind of sounds bad, but
yeah.
It's like just watching and watching. Just because I thought that maybe I can. Oh, this is gonna sound so bad.
Like you'll get even more blessed if you do
more
that.
Blessed, more wealthy, have more things. Take care of my people. Like if I do this certain thing, this is gonna happen.
Yeah, but I think it's okay. Okay, no.
That's what I've always thought it's bad to think like that.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, it is.
No, yeah. I think too, the way you watch it, but the more you watch it, and the more you do that, you learn to be a better person for the people around you, you know? And that's honestly like what's your purpose in this life, right? You want your relationships to be fucking A1, you know? And what better way than to do that than get closer to God, and he can show you like this is how you're supposed to love someone. You're supposed to be generous. You're supposed to be compassionate. You're supposed to be patient, understanding. Like don't hold any grudges. Like forgive everybody, you know, that does you wrong. And whatever blessings come, they fucking come, you know. Interesting.
Definitely gonna go back now. Look, we're at an hour and fucking 10 minutes.
What, really? Already?
Yeah, it goes by fast, right?
Yeah.
Well, shit. I mean, anything else you want to talk about before we fucking hop up out of here? Get up out of here.
Is there any more questions you have for me?
Nah, that was it. I had one on my notes and I already asked it.
You only had one for me?
Yeah, because I had them all in my head. Why, what's up?
Oh.
I asked him. I mean, it's an hour. We fucking did good, right?
Yeah.
That's a dope conversation. Hey, I just want to, before we end, I just want to take the time because I know this is, I wouldn't say discouraging, but it takes a lot to come up on here in a podcast and talk about religion, talk about kind of like how you operate, like being gay and stuff like that. So it takes a tremendous amount of courage, but I just want to say I appreciate you coming here. If you ever want to come back, let me know. We'll talk about literally whatever. I feel like we need to talk about breakups more because we went through the same thing at the same time. I definitely found a lot about myself. I'm sure you did too. So. But I appreciate you coming on.
I'm down. Stay tuned for that breakup podcast.
Hey, that's gonna be.
I feel like everyone needs it.
Everybody can relate to love.
Dude, yes.
Everybody can relate to love. But guys, that's gonna conclude this podcast. If I don't know, you want to give me your IG or you just want to stay away because I don't know.
Why? If you're hot, DM me. Do you have any hotties?
Hotties
that follow you?
Yeah, my mom.
Yeah, DM me, mom.
Not in a weird way. My mom's beautiful, but I don't know. I'll put her shit in the description. But that's gonna conclude this podcast. This is your host, GWeezy11. Shout out to Steph one more time.
Yeah.
Johnny too, because that's
and shout out Johnny, dude.
That's fucking funny.
I need to. How old is he? I need to meet him.
Who?
Johnny.
How old is Johnny?
Yeah.
25. I think he's the same age as us.
Oh damn, that's badass.
Why?
Well, that's cool that he invited you. He told you to go.
Go where?
The church.
Oh no, I'm saying shout out to him because just of the Whataburger.
I thought you said Johnny. Wasn't that your friend named Johnny too?
Oh, I said Joe. Joe. No, yeah, shout out to Joe. Yeah, Joe Sable.
Shout out. Oh yeah, I was talking about you, Joe. But yeah, shout out to Johnny.
All right, guys, for this time, this is your host, GWeezy11. Until next time, peace.
Bye. Peace.